This is Theo Manny's World. I'm Manny. Welcome to the show. So, kind of some bad news. I had a break-in and had quite a few things stolen. Before, the most I had to worry about was if I was going to leave a positive or negative review on eBay for this camera that I had just gotten. They told me that it worked and it didn't work when I got it. The price was super reasonable though, so I was able to fix it the night that I got it. I took it with me to test it out that the next day, and that day was when the break-in occurred. So I lost a bunch of different cameras. The Nelcom 7100 had a few different varieties of, I don't know who put them out. Mine was the 3M Pro 3100, which was exactly the same style, everything the same. The lens was the Shinkor 7 to 70 millimeter. It was a really nice camera that I was hoping to be able to do a review for you guys for, and well, at least to show you, what it was about. That whole kit got taken, along with the Beaulieu 5008 MS. That one was a bummer. I was really happy to have that Beaulieu. A couple mini DVs, a couple others, just like random Super 8s and Elmo, a Chinon, 6 projectors, all of my 16 millimeter projectors, 4 of my like 2 Chinon sound projectors, and 2 silent projectors, all variable speed. Good projectors. A lot of this stuff still needed work, still needed to be refurbished, get oiled and greased. And I was hoping to be able to show you guys a lot of this stuff. But as is life. So let's move on to this guy. This is the Bauer S209 XL. It has a 6 to 50 millimeter lens, 6 to 51 millimeter lens. 6. That Nalcom, the Shinkor lens, was a 6.5, which was the widest lens that I had at the time. This replaced that, curiously. Single frame, 18 frames, and 24 as a permanent set where you could trigger it off of your trigger, or it also has a instant slow motion of 40 frames per second. It has an intervalometer. It goes from 6 frames to 1 frame a minute. 6 frames a second, I'm sorry, to 1 frame a minute. It has 2 remote sockets. Well, it has 1 remote socket, and then it has the remote socket that you can plug in with a microphone, so you turn on the camera when you turn the microphone on. Overall, kind of a simple layout for it. It does have automatic exposure control as well as manual. It is a sound camera, so it has the microphone input for it and monitor out for it. You do have a volume control which does high or low. Curiously enough, it doesn't have a cable release socket. The only thing that it has is the electronic remote switch. Also, I forgot to tell you guys about something that the lens has. It's a macro lens as well. So it says that it's zero point 0.0, like you can focus all the way up to the element, which is pretty fantastic. And it isn't as if it were like on the Minolta XL400. It's a lens that is placed over. This, I don't know how it is exactly, but you enable it, and so you have a lot more control in the depth of field of where you want to use your macro control. So you can do it at a pretty significant distance, which is pretty nice. So you can go, like if I'm interviewing somebody at 3 feet, and normally at 3 feet would be the minimum distance that I would be filming them at. This one that's the maximum distance that I can film at. Anything within that range is going to be in focus if I attenuate it, because of course within the macro realm, any slight variation of movement is going to be noticed very, very, very much. So overall, really nice cameras. I've been rocking this since I got it and fixed it. I've put in one cartridge so far, and I have this one that I just shot. So I'm pretty excited about seeing how this is going to turn out. But now 2 cartridges have gone through to make sure that the shutter's working well and everything's like functioning. It's kind of interesting. It's like when you close it, there's a bottom bracket on the bottom that shuts up. You see, so you have to open it. You can't hold it like this. You have to hold it from the handle so it'll pop open the door. How neat is that? And then when you close it, it shuts by itself. Pretty secure. Now you know your film's in there pretty tight. The Bauer S209 XL. Oh yeah, man, I keep on forgetting telling you guys about certain things. This thing has a 225-degree shutter angle and a 1.2 lens. It says it's the Bauer Macro Neo Veron. So the Neo Veron was a Schneider Kreuznach type of lens. So this might be a Schneider lens that they just put a Bauer name on it. I don't know like how that works, if they can do that legally. But super neat cameras, guys. I'm very excited to have this little guy in my in the arsenal. It's working quite well now. One more interesting thing about these, at first I thought that it wasn't functioning correctly because when I press the trigger, it takes a second for it to get going. And that, I believe, is, from what I read in the manual, that's intentional. So it's supposed to do that. So before you're going to be filming, if you think you're going to catch something quick, you have to press that button first and then get up on it. And then you'll be able to film everything. Catch it. Great cameras. The Bauer S209 XL. Well guys, just a short in and out here. The next video is going to be about caffeinol development. I've been using a high contrast caffeinol recipe that I put together myself through using other recipes as inspiration. So I'm really excited to be about sharing that with you. And like I said, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Don't want to make it too long. But a quick review, an overview, I guess, of the Bauer S209 XL. Well, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy shooting. Take care.